welcome to Shades of Gay. My name is Susan, I'm one of your hosts. I have along with me hosting Rob Partridge there below me. We have Jay to my diagonal down that way. He's down there. Hi, Jay. And our special guest tonight is Sam Marshall. So welcome, Sam, to Shades of Gay. It's lovely to have you along.
Hello.
So, good evening. And as with every other evening tonight, we're going to start off by asking, how did your week go? So, Rob, tell me, how has your week been?
Compared to previous weeks, this week has actually been really quiet. I have done absolutely nothing. My husband has been on annual leave, so the two of us have just been enjoying the time together, sat playing on the PlayStation, eating, drinking, doing bugger all, and it's been nice. It's been pleasant.
Jay, how has your week been?
It's been great, thank you. As you guys know, because I bring it up pretty much every episode, I got myself a little puppy. I have a 15-week-old pug named Lola. So we've been out and about on our adventures, and what's been happening is Lola's been getting a lot of attention when we're out and about, and she loves it because she's just like her dad, and she's a little flirt. And so loads and loads of people were stopping me, asking me where they could follow her on social media. And I was like, she doesn't have a social media. So I actually set up her own Instagram page. I know. So she has her own little Instagram page called Land of Lola the Pug. And so, yeah, we've just been taking photos and filming some content and silly stuff for that. And she's doing quite well. And people are enjoying it. And I know some people think it's a bit mad and it's probably a bit crazy that a dog has, an Instagram or social media. But the joy and the love that she gives to people, or that she brings to people, the excitement they have when they see her and meet her, if I can share that on social media and maybe make somebody smile with the photo or a video of her, then that's a good thing. So yeah, so just busy getting her contact. She's probably has more followers than I have, but hey. But it's been great, thank you.
Puppy love. Oh my goodness. Sam, how has your week been?
My week's been good. We were in lockdown over here in the UK until yesterday, so I haven't really been doing much. And then yesterday, everything sort of went back to normal and running around doing stuff that we haven't been allowed to do for the last 4 weeks. I would quite happily be in lockdown forever. I don't like to leave the house if I can help it. So yeah, and it's fine. So you have to leave the house every now and again. Vodka doesn't walk itself to the house.
If only Sam and Susan's mobile vodka unit.
Rob and Jay, your best customers.
So my week has been, the same as all the other weeks, because every week is the same when you're living in a pandemic. But there is, in where I live in, which is in Oranmore in Galway, there's now a drone service that will deliver your shopping from the Tesco, which is, as the crow flies, probably half a kilometre away from me, to my house if I so choose. And they've expanded to now do drone deliveries from all the local takeaways and all of the local coffee shops. But pretty much everywhere in Oranmore you can get now a drone delivery. I think it's up to about 2 kilograms of whatever you need from Tesco or from Thomas & Co. or any of these, Bandito's, the burrito place. Thank goodness I never have to walk down to get a burrito for my children again. They can just call the drone. And so I haven't used it yet, but it's all the buzz in the whole village, on all of our Facebook apps and all of our WhatsApps and all the things that we have within the village. Everybody's talking about, have you used the drone yet? And everybody's filming videos of the drone delivering their pack of cigarettes and their bottle of vodka. So that'll be, I will have that done for the next episode. I will have my drone delivery as it comes to me. My stocks, my snacks and my drinks and my cigarettes for the show. That'll be my next project. But otherwise, the week has been fine and normal, and nothing terribly bad has happened, and nothing terribly good has happened. So I'm happy with the status quo there. That works for me. So now that we know how everyone's week has gone, we have a section where each of our hosts give us their topic of the week. Jay, tell me, what is your topic of the week this week?
All right. So this week, with the Christmas and New Year coming up, and we all tend to kind of like indulge a little bit during the Christmas, and then come New Year, everybody has hashtag New Year, new me, hun. And everyone's on a diet and all that kind of good stuff. So I wanted to talk about celebrity weight loss. And do we think that these celebrities are a good influence on people in general with their weight loss process? Now, I have a few that I want to kind of briefly talk about just really quickly. One of the ones at the moment who's had major weight loss is the actress Rebel Wilson, who you'd probably known from, she was in Bridesmaids and she was in Pitch Perfect. And a quote from her, she says, "I was determined in 2020, the year of health, to actually fully change my whole entire lifestyle." So it meant not only like physically, but mentally as well. And then the final one is an amazing American actor by the name of Chris Pratt. You might know him from Parks and Recreation and Guardians of the Galaxy. He originally put on weight for when he was cast in the role of Andy Dwyer for Parks and Recreation. And then he was almost at like 300 pounds, which is about 21 stone. He lost 70 pounds, which is about 5 stone, for the role of Peter Quill in Guardians of the Galaxy back in 2014, and has regularly spoken about the pressures he feels to stay in shape in the industry. So what do you think? Do we think these people are good, bad influences on us when it comes to our diet and weight loss?
I think it depends on how they're promoting the weight loss for me. If they're saying, look, I did this for me, for my health, for my mental health, that's fine. If they're pushing it, saying, I did this and you need to do this, that's where I have an issue. I know people who would be considered overweight, who are incredibly healthy and they look after themselves. Like, the one thing I hate is the BMI scale. If you did a BMI on a rugby player, they're going to be morbidly obese. Yet look at them taking part in these matches. You know, they are essentially super fit. And
calm down.
Sorry.
You get carried away with the rugby players.
Yes, I
Stay on track.
If only we could all get carried away with the rugby players.
Oh, I'd let a rugby player carry me away any day.
I'm all for it.
I've had a rugby player carry me away and it wasn't so great. Sorry.
Oh.
I'm all for promoting a healthy lifestyle. And if that includes weight loss, then so be it. But I would be more inclined to support them if they are promoting a healthy, positive body image. Regardless of size, you need to be happy with who you are.
Absolutely. Sam, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree with Rob. And also, it kind of bothers me that it's such a big thing. Look at Adele, look how much weight she's lost. Has her voice changed? Has anything else about her changed? No, she just looks different. And yes, she does look fabulous, but she always looked fabulous, didn't she? Yeah. But in this day and age, I wonder why it's such a big thing still, because people have lost weight, or the other way around as well, when they put weight on. Again, it's another really big thing, isn't it? As for them being an influence, I wouldn't say they're a bad influence in any way, unless, like Rob said, they're sort of trying to push a product or push their views on people.
One of the things you touched on there was about gaining weight. And I know recently in the news, well, in the celebrity gossip news, there's been all the talk of Adam Lambert, who there was photos of him playing in the water, swimming and sunbathing and enjoying himself on holiday. And he's gained weight. He's still the same person, but they're making a big thing of the fact that he's put weight on, and for once they're not doing it negatively. but I can guarantee you, if there were photos of Britney Spears in the water splashing around with weight on, the papers would be, oh my God, look, hasn't Britney bloated? You know, whereas because it's Adam Lambert, it's like Adam Lambert now has the dad bod. And it's like, all he's done is put weight on, leave him alone. It doesn't matter.
I have a huge difficulty with the whole topic, to be honest with you, because I, throughout all of my life, have been up and down. I've yo-yoed. I've been incredibly skinny to the point that it was probably unhealthy. And I've been overweight to the point that it's been unhealthy. But at none of those occasions was I thinking about whether or not it was healthy. I was thinking about, how do I look? And that's not how I should have been thinking. That shouldn't have been the primary cause. And I think that a lot of where that comes from is the media that we have. It's that it's pushed down your throat so much of the time of, you know, such and such has gained weight, such and such has lost weight, such and such a diet will help you do this, such and such. And to be perfectly honest with you, when I was very skinny, I was an utter bitch. Like, I'm generally actually a pretty nice person, but when I was very skinny, I got very up my own arsehole and thought I was great and wasn't I the bee's knees. And I wasn't actually that nice a person for a little while. And then I kind of realized, you're not being very nice. This is not you being who you are. This is you being somebody totally different that you've been fed, I suppose. And also the fact that the reason that I lost so much weight was because I was really, really depressed, which isn't a good reason to, you know, lose a huge amount of it. So any commentary on people's weight, I automatically shy away from. And I think that when we have a society that's obsessed with people's weight or their image, it's harmful to people's mental health. And so for me, that's the view that I take on that. Jay, do you have any other thoughts on that?
So I feel, especially for younger generations, probably, you know, a bit of pressure there maybe for them.
Yeah.
But it's tough because it takes a while to get here to that place where you love here, you know. And I'm sure we've all had issues or problems or struggles with our weight over the years, and it's very easy to go, oh, but you know, as long as you're happy with yourself. But it is, as long as you're happy with yourself, and I'm very content and happy with the person I am now, and the way I look, and I don't let the likes of the celebrity influence anymore, because I just fucking love fried chicken too much. Do you know what I mean? Like, I want to have a fucking snack box, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Okay, I didn't focus on the snack box, but you did mention a cheeseburger earlier on. And my pop quiz question for everyone is, since he said that, who is craving a cheeseburger or a snack box? It's like, dude, if you're going to mention stuff like that, you have to provide.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
Where's my drone cheeseburger, Jay?
There's a snack box for everybody in the audience.
I'm pretty sure it's contractual that you do have to provide that, as Susan said. So I'll be waiting.
It's all about the product placement. I want to be the face of Supermax snack boxes. That's it. Like, I want to be the face of Supermax snack boxes. So, Pat, if you're watching, get my mug on a box on the snack box.
I'll ask him tomorrow. I've just bought a car off him, so I'll ask him tomorrow when I pick the car.
Oh, fantastic.
Oh my goodness. Okay, well, Rob, what is your topic of the week this week?
Well, I want to know, what makes you say, oh, come on! So you're driving along and someone pulls out in front of you. And obviously you give a great big blast on the horn because, you know, it really fucking annoys you. Or maybe you're walking along and you see a bit of litter that you know is 2 foot from a bin that somebody could have picked up. Or the one that really, really bugs me, when you see people stood at the side of the road waiting to cross, and there's a crossing point literally 100 yards up the road away from them. And it's like, you've been stood there for 15 minutes waiting for the traffic to clear. If you'd have taken 5 seconds to walk up the fucking road, you've been able to press the button and cross. So what makes you scream, what the fuck?
Sam, over over to you.
Well, I do have quite a long list actually, but I won't go into it. I find myself irritated by people a lot, but my big thing is no pleases and thank yous when people talk. I went shopping the other day and I was looking at something on a shelf, young lad next to me stacking the shelves, and a woman walked up to him and just the way she said hello got me to listen because I was a bit snooty. So I was actively listening to the way she spoke to him, and basically she wanted him to go and fetch her something from the stock room. She wanted him to do it now while she did her shopping, and she'd meet him at the till, and not once did she say please or thank you. Oh, she was just so lucky that I'm not a violent person. Just, yeah. So that's my main thing, bad manners, I think.
Sam, are you one of those people that if you hold the door open for someone and they don't say thank you, do you shout "You're welcome" afterwards?
Yes.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah. How I've not had my face punched in, I don't know. I do it a lot. And along the same sort of thing, people not saying thank you when you give them right of way or whatever you want to call it. So if there's a parked car and you pull over to let them come and they don't acknowledge you at all, I want to drive into them. Yeah. But I'm not a violent person, as I said.
I
think I need to stop there because I can feel the tension.
Pour yourself another drink, Sam. It's all going to be okay. Jay, what are your things?
So much like Sam, it's to do with people and being out in public, and it's to do with walking. And it's when you are especially going up Shop Street, because when I'm walking up Shop Street, okay, I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but I, in that moment, am the most important person on that street. Don't know if you're aware of that. And I am very, very busy, and I've got places to go and people to see, and I haven't got time. So I'm, and then you're walking behind somebody, and then they just stop. They just stop, and you're like, bang, and you're like, and then they have the nerve to turn and look at you, and like looking at you as if to go, well, are you going to apologize? Bitch, you're the one that stopped. Like, what do you want me to, you know? And the second one, and this happens mainly like when you're out walking the prom in Salt Hill, okay? The footpaths out in Salt Hill on the prom, they're wide, you know? But it's when there's like a group of 3 or 4 that have met on their walk and they decide to stop and chat, but take up the whole length of the sidewalk, where you have to step off the sidewalk onto the street, onto the road to get around them or up onto the rocks. And like, I've often done it where I've stood there and I'm looking at these people and they're kind of looking at me as if to go, what? And I'm like, excuse me? Like, you're black, like, to stand to the side, get out of the way. I'm not saying don't stop and have your chat, but, you know, stand to the side. I feel like you, Rob, now. I feel like I'm turned into you there a little bit. I got a bit overwhelmed there. Whew, sorry. Yeah, but they're my 2 big things. Like, get the fuck out of the way.
I feel like we're going to have to name this episode the like anger episode. As we all are like, I fucking hate it when people park on the footpath.
This is fucking
So I totally relate, Jake, to what you're saying there about particularly walking. And you guys know sometimes I walk with a cane, and when I'm particularly bad, I still walk faster than most of y'all. Like, come on, move it. We still got places to be, getting in the way. But the thing about people congregating, I can nearly handle that on like in the outdoors. But if I'm going through the supermarket with my mask on properly, covering my nose, not down here, no, are we noticing it? And I'm keeping my distance from everyone, and you know, people are coming too close, and I'm passively aggressively saying 2 meters, please. And they're looking at me going, oh my God. And I'm holding up my cane and they're going, oh, right. I'm going, it doesn't matter whether I have a cane or not, you still keep 2 meters.
I could just see you in the supermarket shaking your cane at people.
I have actually done it. I've been like, but my real thing is parking on footpaths. And or and more where I live, it's the worst in the world for like illegal parking and parking on footpaths, to the point that I actually at one point printed out leaflets to tag on cars saying this is not a parking space. Going around and just putting them as I'm going for my walk. So those are the things that make me really insane. Thank you, Rob, for bringing.
No, honestly, who needs a therapist when you can just come on Shades of Gay and we can just vent and say what we need to say, and then we all feel better, because everyone's shoulders have gone literally from here to here, and we're all, yeah, I feel better now.
Yours might. I'm still in the moment. I'm still like, what have you done to the host? You. All right, Rob, come on, tell us some things so I can relax and you can be angry about more things for a minute.
Well, like yourself in the shop, I was in Aldi a couple of weeks ago, and they've done really well marking the floor out, and I'm stood there and I've put all my stuff onto the conveyor, and I've moved up to the next little square where I'm allowed to stand. There is a woman behind me who I swear was trying to get in my back pocket. She was that close, to the point where you couldn't tell where my shopping ended and hers started. And I just turned around and pointed to the floor as if said, you need to step back. I didn't speak. I just pointed to the floor. She gave me such a look. And I'm like, you're the reason I have to wear this fucking mask. If you could just sit in the right place, we wouldn't be in this situation that we are.
You should have pulled the ma'am card on her, where you know when it's like you're kind of like you need somebody to like do something, and you just go, ma'am, I'm going to need you to back up, ma'am, I'm going to need you to back up, please.
Tailgating as well in cars, when someone is this close behind me, I have to slow down because it just bugs me, and I have no problem going 30 kilometers an hour on the bleeding motorway. Actually, funny story, very quickly. A few years ago, myself and my husband and two of our friends, we went to Dublin to a concert. I don't break the speed limit. So we're on our way back, and I'm on the motorway. I'm doing 120 kilometers. I'm overtaking a coach, and this little white van comes up behind me, start tailgating. So I'm just going to drop down a little bit speed-wise. So I ended up doing around about 105 as I'm slowly overtaking this bus. Pulled back into my lane, and he speeds up, and I thought, fuck you. So I just finger up as he drove past. And as he drove past, on came the blue lights, and he pulled me over.
Oh my.
So, because Brad's in the car, the two girls are in the back are laughing and panicking. Brad's in the car saying, just be calm, don't be you, just be calm. So I wound the window down, and he's like, that was really rude. I said, well, you were tailgating. I'm sorry. I said, you were tailgating? You were right up my backside with that car. Well, I just think your reaction was a little rude. And I swear we were there for 15 minutes, and in the end, he apologized, and he apologized first. So I was like, yes! I'd got 3 witnesses in the car with me. He was on his own. There was no way he was getting away with that. And I did say, yes, okay, so what I did was a bit rude, but you were fucking tailgating. I didn't swear, because I wouldn't do that kind of thing to one of my
No,
that are much
never.
Yeah, but he was tailgating me, and tailgating really gets on my nerves.
Yeah, no, that's totally fair. I'm glad you're now I'm nice and relaxed, and Rob is stressed, and it's like a
it's
little.
His own fault, Susan. He was the one that brought up the topic, so it's his own fault to be stressed.
Yes, it absolutely serves you right. If you can't sleep tonight, having nightmares about people tailgating, it is your fault for inflicting stress upon all of us. Okay. Right, with those items out of the way, we are going to move to our special guest tonight, Sam Marshall, and have a chat and talk about, Sam, what you do and where you are, and welcome to the show. It's wonderful to have you.
It's lovely to be here. Thank you.
So tell us a little bit about yourself, Sam. I know that you're living in, where are you living? You're living in?
I'm in Birmingham.
You're in Birmingham.
Okay.
And you got roped into this because of somebody.
Yeah. I don't know where to point, but yeah, that one way. Yeah. Yeah, I've known Rob, Mama, whatever we want to call him. He answers to absolutely anything I've learned over the years. I've known him for nearly 20 years now, I think it is. We met at uni. So I am a nurse. I carried on and I'm a nurse. And what else is interesting about me? I'm also a vegan. I'm not a healthy vegan that eats lots of plants and stuff.
You're a lives off vodka vegan.
Vodka is vegan, yeah. So, and chips are vegan as well. So it's all good.
So Sam, you are in the process of setting up your own business. You're crafting. You are a crafty lass. And one of the things that I'm told that you own, and that I think is a topic of interest, is the knitting machine.
I do, and it's so exciting. Because Rob was buying one and he showed me a picture of it, I was like, I need one of those. And you can knit hats really quickly on them, except I haven't quite got to grips with mine yet. So if people like hats with holes in, my business is the place to come. So yeah, there's no pattern to where the holes go, but I'll get there. But I love it.
I'd like my curls to be out through the holes. Can you designate?
I'll send you one over.
I used my machine last night because I thought you were going to come on and talk about yours. And I thought, she's going to come on and show us the fantastic hat she's made. I need to show that I'm just as good. So I made a hat, and I made a lovely, lovely rainbow stripy hat. And there it is. And there it is. And there it is. I completely got my measurements wrong.
It looks like something else. It doesn't look like a hat to me.
No, where does that hat go, Rob?
Not on mine. So I made it a bit big, and it's yeah.
That looks more like a stocking to me. Can you make a matching one and I'll wear it as stockings?
I'm going to say no straight away, purely because I wouldn't even know like how many rows there are. And I just sat there turning the handle, thinking, "Oh, this is fantastic! Look at this!" And then pulled this thing out.
How long did that take?
About 45 minutes.
I was going to say, it doesn't look like it took very long.
Yeah, it's you can see where I've joined the thread, and there's loads of holes in it. So yeah, it's not very good.
See, if I had known this at the start of the show, I'd have made you wear it throughout. And actually, as host, I dictate that you wear it for the rest of the show, please. That's for you, Sam.
I'll hold it up or do something with it.
Adorable.
Don't placate him. It's not. It's awful.
I think we should give it. I think we should do a giveaway and give it out as a prize to one of our viewers for sure.
There you go. I'm happy. I'm happy to do that. If you want to win this lovely hat, leave a comment on any of our social media saying, "Give me that goddamn hat," and we will draw a winner from it. There you go. Competition time. Anyway, we're interviewing Sam, not me. I made a shit.
Yes. God. So you're such an attention whore, Rob. How do you find it in terms of like setting up? So you're trying to set up a crafting business, or you're setting up a crafting business, and I've done. It's there's paperwork, there's bureaucracy, there's a lot of stuff that's quite difficult, and it can be quite stressful. And I know you also have children at home, so that makes it even more challenging. How do you find that, and finding that balance of having space to do the things that you need to do to produce?
I tend to do a lot of stuff in the evening when the kids have gone to bed. And I haven't set myself a time frame, which I probably should have done, because then I think I would just get stressed. I know myself, and I know that I would just start to panic, and then, yeah, there needs to be a bit of enjoyment in it, doesn't it? So, yeah, I do tend to do most stuff when the kids are in bed, because quite frankly, they don't leave me alone.
What other products are you thinking of putting online?
Bunting. I quite like a bit of bunting.
Oh, everybody likes a bit of bunting.
Yeah, they do, don't they? Also, I've got some recipes for some vegan fudge and vegan Caramac chocolate, because that is one of the things that you just can't buy. You can pretty much buy anything vegan but not vegan Karamak.
I've never had Karamak chocolate. What is in Karamak? What is Karamak?
It's like white chocolate, but kind of caramelly flavoured. I'm not a massive white chocolate fan, but with the addition of the caramel flavour to it, it's really quite nice and creamy, and yeah.
I think it sounds lovely, and I would like to put in an early order for as much Karamak as I can possibly find, so that every time Rob comes to my house after this horrid COVID thing, that is what I'm going to put out in front of him. But I'm pretty sure I'm going to delight in it, and it'll be all gone anyway.
Well, Susan, with this Karamak, you were really spoiling us.
Oh, so what else? There's the fudge, there's the Karamak. Are all of your recipes going to be vegan? Yes, because you're vegan.
Yes, because I'm vegan. And I'm also getting into pyrography a little bit, so burning stuff.
I'm 100% on board for this, but what do you use to burn your stuff? And
well,
what
I have
stuff
got
do you burn?
a really rubbish little pen, but I'm getting a new one for Christmas. So you get like a little hot pen, and then you can write in things and draw in things, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. I mean, yeah, I have to make sure I'm not doing it on like a wooden coffee table, because knowing my luck.
Yeah, what do you burn onto? What things? Like, can you burn onto anything?
You can burn onto anything, but it tends to be wood. So like wooden plaques for door signs, or little. I bought what I thought were some wooden plaques from eBay. You know how well eBay purchases can go. And when they turned up, they were about that big. So I'm not sure. Not so much a plaque. I mean, you're not going to fit Dave's.
Turn them into earrings. Yeah,
yes.
turn them into little dangly earrings.
Rob, are your ears pierced?
Yeah.
Okay, could I order 2 of the dangly ones with earrings on them saying Rob Hart Karamak?
Absolutely. I'll write it down in my order book now.
And he has to wear them with his hat everywhere he goes.
I can't wear them with a hat. I'm giving the hat away as a gift, as a prize. So the hat will be gone. But I'll happily wear wooden earrings that say Rob Hart's Karamak.
I'm sure it's going to take a little while for us to decide who wins the hat. And it makes the hat more special if it's been pre-worn.
Oh, my sweaty bald head, it's not. People are really going to be like, what the fuck has he sent me? What did I win? I won this nasty bit of mesh. We might actually lose viewers when they get hold of the hat.
I think that when we have an actual panel show where we can have a live studio event, I would like to have Sam come over, not particularly for us to redo this, but for us to go on the piss.
Yeah.
When these lockdown lift, I think that we would have a really, really fun night out, just taking the piss out of Rob, basically.
So, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sam and I.
Well, I've been really lucky because I actually have met Sam IRL. That's what the kids say for in real life these days. You know what I mean? IRL. Because you took part in a charity lip sync battle that I was putting together for Galway Autism Partnership. And this is how amazing Sam is, okay? So every week for about 6-7 weeks, we would have a rehearsal with all the acts, and I would choreograph their numbers. But obviously Sam was in the UK, so I would record myself doing the choreography and send her the video, and then she would learn it. So Sam came over and took part in the show. She was Elvis, and we did Viva Las Vegas, and she had 2 Las Vegas showgirls as her backing dancer, and she was absolutely amazing. I mean, she learned all of her choreography off this video, knew it coming in the door, no messing about, and we had so much fun. So I was actually really, really lucky that we got to do that.
Who owns the copyright of that video, and can we get it and insert a clip of it? Because I think we deserve that.
Everybody needs to have Sam doing Elvis in their lives.
There's a fantastic picture somewhere, which I'll try and find, of Sam and I duetting to, I know him so well, using crutches as microphones because I'd broken my ankle. So I was using crutches as microphones, and it's a fantastic photo. Apart from me looking like Howard from Last of the Summer Wine.
Oh, folks, Sam, it has been fantastic to have you on the show. It's been wonderful to meet you. Thank you so much for coming along. When you get your craft shop set up online in its proper physical form, please send us the link and we'll make sure to share it out there. I'm sure there are absolutely loads of people who would like to have either a hat with holes in it for their curly hair to go through, but more importantly, some Aramac, just specifically to post to Rob, if nothing else.
I can't wait, so excited.
But absolute best of luck with the business, because it is not an easy thing to achieve as while you're also parenting, and I know that from experience. So thank you for coming on and having a chat with us. Thank you always to Jay and to Rob, my co-hosts, and thank you most importantly to you, our audience, for joining us tonight. We look forward to seeing you again in our next episode. In the meanwhile, you can follow us on all of the usual social media channels, Shades of Gay TV, and we will see you next week.